Okay, okay, this is what I mean by a switch well, by the way. You see, this is the, lid attachment. This is the lid attachment, which I was talking about in the other video. And, this is going to have to glue on top of this. But in practice, I'd have, this whole hinged bit here made as one piece, like out of polycarbonate. So, there'd probably be no gluing it down, although I could do it like this, but, and I might actually in practice. I don't know yet for sure, because this isn't entirely impractical. If I just had a way, a little capture on this lid so that this didn't scoot around randomly, that'd be nice. But again, when I printed this part, this was the bottom, so it printed, from here up, so this would have been the top layer, this would have been the bottom layer. So again, without gluing another piece on top of it, it's hard to do. And that's what I was referring to too when I was talking about having to print multiple parts. It's like even on this, the base of this candle, this is actually a separate part from this base. In practice, I wouldn't do this part this way. However, if I were going to, for example, it might be, actually a single part, but you couldn't, I couldn't actually do this as a single part. This would have to be designed differently. It'd have to, have a hollow there and a hollow there, so there could be a mandrel that inserts into this, and then when the part's injection molded and the halves of the mold come apart, this could eject from the part, which actually could be done vertically, with this being the bottom half and that being the top half. But there'd have to be, again, a long mandrel that, comes into it, but it's tapered. I actually have a taper, about a 2-degree taper here and a 1-degree taper here. So this, even though this part itself is not suitable for injection molding, it's still in the same form as an injection moldable part. Now, another part of the tape, I was talking about switch wells, and as an example of having loose tolerances in your print, okay, and another part of the tape I was talking about switch wells and how you'd want to have loose tolerances. See, now this is a switch, it's fixed, there's nothing I can do to change that fact. But in this particular design, I have what I call switch wells. So these are little wells that I have in the plastic that is designed to, sit inside of it so the switch can, do its thing. I have the same thing going on in here just for a single switch. This one's a double switch model. So, again, just for sake of 3D printing, I did it this way. In practice, though, I probably wouldn't do it that way. I'd probably do the design differently. And if I ever redesign it, I'll get that on video too, and if I actually start designing this for manufacturability. But right now I'm still in prototype stage, and this is just the way I've been doing it. It was pretty easy to do. But that's a switch well, and this is why you wouldn't want to, if you were to order something kind of like this, you certainly wouldn't want this to be too small to fit your switch into. Then you'd be in real trouble, because trying to get somebody that can like machine this out of 10,000 parts that you bought would be a problem. So that's why I say certainly if you're gonna actually have something tooled, because something like this could cost 20-30,000 bucks or more in tooling. It very well could. And so definitely if you had something like this produced, you definitely want looser tolerances, not tighter tolerances, because this can take a certain amount of looseness to it. This is just to basically capture the switch, so it doesn't, you don't want it to scoot too much, but it's okay for it to scoot a little. Because if I had this produced, this would be looser. If I actually had this manufactured and injection molded to the same design, it'd be a little looser than it is here. But again, because the plastic parts tend to swell on the 3D printer just a little bit, you know, by 10-20 mil or so, up to 10 or 20 mil. You know, this makes a tighter fit, but it would still work even in production. And like I said before, you know, you could always put some epoxy or something in there if you really had too loose of a tolerance, just to kind of hold it in place, you know, something where it'll mush it aside and make up the difference, you know, when it sets. But, you know, the point is, that's what I was talking about when I was referring to switch wells. So, anyway,